Hi guys, it's Asia and Tamrika here, and you are on our channel about studies and life in the UK.
And today our video is about the most popular program in the world, MBA, Master of Business Administration. The majority of students who contact us want to apply to this specific program, and today we want to answer the most frequent questions about this program.
And also we would like to share our ranking of MBA programs in the UK. So let's get started.
MBA is essentially a management course, so most of your subjects will be in different areas of business and how to manage those areas. For example, finance, marketing, human resources management, business strategy, like the main subject.
And as a managerial course, it's actually aimed for people who already have some work experience and would like to make this transition to a more managerial position, because we have quite a few students who are just graduating from their bachelor's degree and they would like to do an MBA, but no, that's a program for mature candidates.
And some universities even offer this more specialized MBAs, for example, with more emphasis on a specific subject like on finance or marketing or even entrepreneurship. Or sometimes you can even find programs that focus on a specific industry. Let's say oil and gas. If you've been an engineer, you have tons of experience and now you want to be a manager in this industry. The same, it can be in healthcare or many other industries.
MBA programs in the UK last for only 1 year, unlike the USA where you always study for 2 years.
Here it's a rare occasion to find a 2-year program. Off the top of my head, the London Business School, they have 2-year program when you have to study 2 years, and the University of Greenwich offers 2-year program, but you study only for 1 year, and the second year it's a work project, so you get a bit of work experience at the same time, which is not bad actually.
MBA programs are a bit more expensive than other master programs at the same university.
In the UK, the price range is actually from £6,000 per year to £60,000 per year.
Or even 70 in the London
Oh my
Business
god,
School.
it's so expensive!
But for average program is about 14 to 20,000, and 70,000 that's for top business schools.
So obviously, if you are going to pay this money, the question is, does it worth it?
Yes, does it worth this investment?
Well, my personal opinion on this, if you're going to do MBA, then it's better to do it from a good business school. There is no need to go to the cheapest option and pay £6,000 per year, because you will not get return on that £6,000. That would be money wasted. And if you go to a top business school, you usually get that money back on with the better salary options within a few years after graduation.
I think that MBA is one of the programs where prestige and brand of the business school really matters. And there was a research by the Association of MBAs, AMBERS, and so it discovered that the average salary for MBA graduates is around 80,000 per year, which is much higher than an average salary or the salary before the MBA.
And obviously this salary you can get only if you have a really good MBA.
Yeah, I think that the value you get from MBA also depends on your situation and if you see where you are going.
Yes, that's true. For example, one of the main requirements for MBA is work experience. Most schools, we'll talk about it later in detail, but most schools ask 2-3 years of work experience. But if you go and look at your average MBA student, they have 6 to 7 years of work experience, and that's probably the point when you should start thinking of doing MBA, when you have from between 5 to 10 years of work experience.
I think it also works particularly well for people who have expertise in a certain field.
Yes.
For example, a lawyer or an engineer, and they already know a lot, and they start moving up the career ladder, and they start having more managerial functions, but they don't really have the knowledge in business. So for them, MBA is great.
It's very good for transitioning, like transitioning from a just specialist to a manager, top manager.
Okay, so we've talked about the benefits of MBA programs, so now let's talk about how to get a place at one. And one of the first requirements for not native English speakers is IELTS test. You have to take IELTS, not TOEFL, and the minimum requirement is 6.5. But for top MBA schools, it may be 7 or even 7.5.
Well, and of course, the most dreaded exam is GMAT. Nobody wants to take it, and here we have actually good news. The majority of UK universities do not ask for GMAT. Yay! So only if you're aiming to get to one of the best schools, and we're talking about top 10 universities in rankings, then you will be asked to provide GMAT score. But for the rest of them, you don't need to, unless you have a weak application and you want to maybe strengthen it a bit.
So basically, if you have a GMAT, but it's not required by the university, you can still send it, and if your score is good, it will add a point to your application. So what score do you need to target? There is no exact requirement for any business schools, even top business schools, but you can check the median GMAT score of successful students for the previous intake, and for many top business schools it's around 680, 700. Yes, and then you know that that's a score you need to target. But
this is the average score. So for example, if you do score a little bit less than that, do not panic. It doesn't mean that you will not be accepted, because this average score does go up and down. Plus, it's always like they look at your application kind of in general with your work experience and other aspects of the application. So don't panic.
Yes, so about work experience, we mentioned it a few times, but for MBA you do need 2, sometimes 3 years work experience at a managerial level.
And top MBA schools, they actually quite picky too also what kind of company you're coming from. They definitely prefer international work experience in this sense.
Yes, and also these 3 years, that's a minimum requirement, and many candidates will actually have 6-10 years of work experience. A few years of them on managerial position.
Oh, by the way, guys, we made our own ranking of MBA schools, business schools in the UK, and if you do want to check it out, please follow the link on the screen and let us know what you think. And if you also have some questions regarding MBA program, please leave it in the comments below. We will always answer you. Seems like the biggest problem for many of our students is actually lack of this work experience, or if they do have work experience, it's not on a managerial level.
So in this case, you can consider some other master programs, which can be quite similar in some regards to MBA, but you can apply there straight after your bachelor's.
For example, you can consider MA in International Business, which is very similar to MBA. And for example, if you are considering to do MBA for to open your own business, then maybe MA in Entrepreneurship can be a good kind of option for you instead of MBA.
That's for sure, because MSc Entrepreneurship is becoming more and more prestigious programs, even for big companies. And another prestigious program is MSc Finance. The requirements there are also quite high. The price is higher than average. You may be required to take GMAT, but they are softer on work experience requirement. Thank you everyone for watching this video. We hope you liked it, and if you did, subscribe to our channel because every week we talk about studies in the UK and also life in the UK.
So don't miss our next video and we'll see you next week.
Bye!
Bye!